Good luck.
Yeah, let's just die.
But you have to walk back in these instances, I'm pretty sure.
No, Neverground's got like instant.
Oh. Used to suck.
Yeah, it used to be the worst one.
Like, when they introduced the group finder tool and I leveled an alt, and I was horrid. I really fucking hated getting this place.
I kind of miss that old system too, finding a pug yourself.
Oh shit, you're right, jump down.
People talked a lot more often back then. Like, it was a more like close-knit community. That's honestly, I think it's or personally at least, I think it's one of the turning points for the worst in this entire game.
You're a ray of sunshine.
No, I agree. It's like there were a lot more people playing the game, which made it a lot easier for there to be communities on each server. And then when content got bad, you know, this, that, and the other thing, people started like stop like subscribing. So servers would die, and then people would just like, well, fuck this, and then like a whole server would be dead.
The thing was, before like they had the dungeon finder or shit like that, the servers like couldn't interact with one another outside like battle groups, period. So you would have people that were very tight knit on their own server personally, or just logistically they're it's the wrong word, but just theoretically they're closer together. It was more of a community feel to a server. I mean, and you still have a little bit of that, but I was also on a low pop server at the time too.
Yeah, I come from a low pop server. It used to be really like pretty good, not super good, but it was pretty good during RAF.
Yeah, and then I came here. I remember when I first transferred here from the small server that I was on, I was just amazed with it because I was in the exact same spot when I transferred, where I was in, what's it called, Stormwind, and I was on the steps, and this was during Kata, and the steps were empty on my server, and then I came here, and there's just so many fucking people.
So this druid is resting, but he is in cat form.
They're also going to need to work on like getting a more social aspect of the game together again, because Garrison's really nuked the social aspect.
Yeah, I think the whole Garrison like idea is really shitty.
I think it didn't work out.
It didn't work out.
They hoped.
Right. It had some promise, but the thing was, it just got abused and exploited to the fact that people realized they didn't really have to do anything else until Tan came out. But Tan's not even that fun.
And
Tan's just it's a hassle. It's just, it feels like a job.
Yeah. Like, even if it wasn't fun, at least there was, like, if there was stuff to get out of it, it'd be okay. But if you're in a mythic guild, you have no reason to do Tanen at all.
And the same with the other shit they've been adding too. It's like they've been adding things that are mainly for non-mythic players. LFR, like who on a mythic team does LFR? The only reason I never think about doing LFR is if I couldn't make the raid for an Archmon kill, and I didn't want to pug it, so I just go in there.
LFR doesn't even drop the thing you want from Archmon.
Oh really?
Yeah.
I mean,
they already said that it won't.
No, never mind. Like, I'm not going to LFR.
Like, he'll drop the tomes, he just won't drop the
legendary.
Right.
Drop the,
that's
right.
what I mean.
Yeah, no, the crystal. That's the only reason. And also, the thing, what really pissed me off was in MOP. Sure, I was angry about the legendary because they were no longer legendary. They were just progressive quests. And the cloak was an okay DPS increase, but in Warlords, this ring is like an insane DPS increase. People that don't have the ring are just leaps and bounds behind people.
Yeah.
It's huge for almost every class. Well, there's that trinket that I have that I think Burst has it too. and we've been talking about. He has the heroic one, lucky bastard, but he has it, and it's the unblinking gaze. That thing is 10% of our damage.
I understand having a trinket be a ton of your damage on that paladin.
They also fucked our class pretty badly too, with like just
Shaman.
underpowering it. Yeah.
I was
They
surprised
destroyed
to
it
not
for,
see the shamans on the buff list.
Yeah, me too. Like we honestly all thought that we were getting a huge buff because Blizzard told us that we were, the quote was from the devs that we were quote unquote secretly overpowered. We just don't know it yet. And the thing is, when Foundry came out, we still weren't that great. They had to buff us a little bit in Foundry, and we were okay. We weren't great. Our single target was still awful, but our AoE was like almost second to none. And then we thought that our single target is probably going to take a hit, or it's probably going to get buffed, and our AoE is going to take a hit in the end for Hellfire. Hellfire gets announced. Our trinket's pretty good, but it's also mediocre compared to the others. And there are no buffs. The only thing they put for LE Shamans is just a nerf to our multi-strike damage.
Well, they made your cooldowns line up better with the ring.
They did that. That was a good help, but the thing is, that's just a band-aid fix too. Like, it's nice to be able to have, like, I can pop Ascendance every 2 minutes. But sometimes, though, like, if I think back about it, it wouldn't have made, really wouldn't have mattered a lot, because if you notice, we save ring a lot of times during the fights. So,
yeah,
like,
are you not saving your cooldowns for when the ring's up?
No. I'm saving them. Yeah, I am. Of course I'm saving. But the thing is, like, I'm saving cooldowns for ring, but the difference is, had they not nerfed it, and had it still been a 3-minute cooldown, by the time we saved it on average, it would have been about the same. Like, there really was no theoretical buff there. It's nice. It was a nice fix. It felt good for a little bit, but then everyone else caught up to us in gear, and it just makes us feel like shit again. If you notice, like, me and Burst, we'll compete with each other, but we're competing with each other. We're really not competing with any other raiders just because we can't pull numbers like that. And our target swapping is absolute shit. Like, to get AoE to even pop off, we have castable AoEs. So if I don't get a chain lightning off because the ads don't live long enough, which happens often, like, believe it or not, then it's literally a waste of a global. Well, global and then some too, because it's a 2-second cast. But the biggest thing that we had against, like, Shamans had against the community was Blizzard, like, turned them into, like, a wet noodle class. Because our average cast, like, our #1 hard-hitting spell, is a 2-second cast to hit for upwards of maybe 60 or 70k. Whereas some locks, and I definitely know a lot of mages, they can have a 2-second cast that hits for about 200k. We're just mathematically inferior.
I feel it.
Why Piranha talk? Okay. I can make a pretty good Piranha face if you need that for your thumbnail. I'll upload it to Photo Bucket